Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Yeah, I just need help. I feel like I'm drowning in debt right now.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So I have around $10,000 in a personal loan because I recently consolidated my credit cards. I was in a abuse relationship, and after I got out, I found out that they probably racked up close to $6,000 or $7,000 in credit card debt in my name without me knowing about it.
And you paid that off?
And after contacting the banks and all that, they said there's nothing they could do about it.
Well, of course there's something they can do about it. Wait a minute. Let me stop. Let's find out where we are today. Did you because you believe those lying, thieving bankers, did you borrow money to pay off debt that was not yours because it was done with identity theft?
Basically, yeah, because they said...
Not basically, honey, that's what you did. You went and borrowed $10,000 and paid off debt that this criminal, fraudulently using your name, opened up without your permission, and you paid that debt off.
Yeah, yes,
crap.
Basically. I paid $2,000 of it off.
No, I'm talking about the $10,000 you borrowed. That's what you used it for. You paid off the credit cards with it.
Yeah, I paid off the credit cards, and then...
Is there any debt outstanding that the criminal did that you haven't paid yet?
No.
Dadgummit, son. You got screwed twice.
Basically...
You don't owe that money.
My fiance.
You didn't owe that money. When someone fraudulently... If I take your name and go open up a credit card in your name, you don't owe the money. That's called a criminal act. It's fraud. That's what identity theft is.
Since I had the credit cards, I followed your show, and I
thought you said they opened up the card in your name without your permission.
Yeah, basically what happened was I had them as like an emergency fund, never used them, and then without really. That's
different than opening up a card. They took your card that you opened up and used it without your permission. That's different. You understand?
Yeah.
If you hand Ken Coleman your card and say, go use it, you're liable for that. If Ken Coleman goes and opens up a card in your name without your permission, fraudulently signing your signature, that's identity theft. You're not liable for that. You understand the difference?
Yes.
So you handed the fiance your card, and they went bonkers with your card.
So I didn't even give them the card. That's the biggest thing is...
Honey, they used a card that was open in your name. That's the point, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. So you owe $10,000, and what do you make, hon?
So right now I make $45,000, and then in 5 months I'll be making $55,000.
What do you do?
So I am a child abuse investigator for the state.
That's an irony. Okay.
Yeah. And then I have around $7,000 in student loans but I'm in the government program right now, where if I work for the state long enough, they fully pay those off.
You need to pay them off. It's only $7,000. It takes 10 years to do this. So $17,000 makes you debt-free, hon? Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Go get 6 extra jobs and be debt-free by, like, spring. You're not working but 40 hours.
So I work around, so with my job now it's a lot of on-call. And so most days I'm home around 9, 10 o'clock just because of the nature of the job.
So you're working 50 hours a week you're working 50, 60 hours a week for $55,000.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're on call. When you're on call, you can drive Uber.
So when our on-call works, if we have to initiate a report, we have to immediately drop everything, drive to initiate that report. And there's a lot of times I'm spending 12 hours in a hospital on my on-call days with a kid waiting for a reliever social worker to come and refill it. And the upside is...
All right, so what you got to do is you got to increase your income. You only need $17,000. This should not be overwhelming.
Yeah. Sell something.
It's not that much money.
You got to have. I bet you got $2,000 worth of stuff you could sell.
Easy.
You could work on the weekends. Your on-call days, whatever those are. You're not working 7 days a week. So this is a season where you got to
clean up the mess.
$17,000 is very doable.
But you're not a victim, okay? You handed her the card. You knew this was going on. The only thing you're a victim of is being engaged to an idiot. And you're not the first one that's ever happened to. So, roll up your sleeves, hon. Get on a detailed, tight budget and get as many extra hours as you can, as much extra income. Don't go out to eat. Don't talk about vacations. Talk to your supervisor about, I'm not working 80 hours. You're going to have some kind of a different plan here, because 80 hours for $55,000 don't cut it. The work you're doing is very important work, and it's very good work. You're taking care of kids who have been messed up. Thank you for doing that. You got a good heart. But also, you cannot sit and be a victim of $17,000, man. I mean, seriously. Let me help you with this. $2,000 a month, and you are done in 8 months. That's all you need, and you make 55. So this is very doable. You should be done with this in 6 months, and then have zero debt. But this debt represents all this pain in your life, and so it's like feels bigger than it is. Mathematically, it's tiny. Emotionally, it's huge. And that's why you act like it's some kind of big monster. It's $17,000. And no, I'm not staying in student loan debt for 10 freaking years for $7,000 worth of forgiveness that probably isn't going to actually come, because you're probably not going to cross every T and dot every I. A high percentage of people that run that game don't end up with the forgiveness at the end. So you don't want to get in that game. You want to get in the game of, I'm going to knock this out, put it all in the rearview mirror, move forward in health and with enthusiasm.
Yeah, I can feel the stupid tax. We've all done stupid, every one of us, and that's what you're feeling. This is a breakup. She took your card, and so you've created this narrative. The way you led the call is that you have been victimized, and in all reality, you haven't. And I think Dave is absolutely right. The more you can quickly go, I've got to get a victory. And if I were you, I would go sell something today. If I could sell it for $500, or if I could sell 5 things for $1,000, get a quick win and put $1,000 down on this debt. You need something to get those shoulders back a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with you. You aren't drowning in this. This is all a mindset because of what's happened to you and the way it happened. Learn from it, but get a quick victory. Like, happen to this. Don't let life happen to you anymore.
So, quick lesson, folks. You need to have Zander Insurance's identity theft in place. I do, because they will take over an account that is actually identity theft. His wasn't. But actually, as identity theft, they'll take it over and they'll deal with the banks. The banks will lie to you and tell you you're responsible for identity theft. You're not. When someone else misuses your name, that is criminal fraud. And you are not liable for a debt when a thief uses your name to open up an account. Don't let some banker tell you that. That's bull crap. And you need somebody in your corner with identity theft protection like Zander Insurance. And that's why we've endorsed them for, a decade plus, since this identity theft thing became a thing. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.